مبطلات الصلاة. We're talking about things that if it happens during your salah, it invalidates your salah. But before we talk about valid and invalid, because that's a very important term that has to be, you have to be precise and very accurate when you use it. You can't say to a brother that your salah is not acceptable. الصلاة مقبولة أو غير مقبولة صحيحة أم غير صحيحة. What we can say that this prayer is valid or invalid. That's it. But I cannot say that this salah is acceptable or not acceptable. It's not to you or to me. Even the salah is perfect, you can't decide about the acceptance of the salah. The salah has lots of problems from somebody who doesn't know the rules and he didn't get the information or the knowledge. You still cannot say that his salah is not acceptable, because it can be acceptable from him, but not acceptable from somebody who perform his salah properly. Our term, that's the first term that we have to agree on. And never ever use the word صلاة مقبولة أو غير مقبولة. صحيحة أم غير صحيحة, sound or valid or invalid, that's what we can use. The Muslim has to do all, or take all procedures or whatever you call it, precautions and steps to make his salah valid. So it's your job. If you guys remember, we started even way before the salah itself. When you go to the washroom to get ready for the salah, it's your job. Is to make sure that you're clean 100% and get ready for the salah by the wudu. When you make wudu, you're going to make sure that your wudu is perfect, and then you're going to read about, while you pray, what are the stuff that can invalidate your salah. You have to know that. You can't come at that age and you're mashallah Muslim for years, you're born as Muslim, and you still, there's stuff in the salah itself. If it happens, you can't, whether it invalidates my salah, I have to redo it, or it is just makruh, undesirable, or it's just something permissible to do, or what is it? So it's your job to go over these things and to make sure that you don't get any of these things in your salah. مبطلات الصلاة كثير. First and foremost, إذا ترك الإنسان شرطا أو ركنا. The first thing ever that invalidates your salah is not even in the salah itself. If you miss one of the conditions or one of the pillars. Like what? The conditions. We said the conditions are 5. Like what? Facing the Qibla. So you decide, you know what? I'm home. This point can take us the whole night. I need to finish quickly anyway. You decide at home, you are at your friend's house. And your friend doesn't pray. Muslim, by the way, but he doesn't pray. So you ask him, I want to pray. He told you, you know what? Here, you can pray in this room. You enter the room and you're shy to ask him, where is the north from the east, from the south? You know what? We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I can pray to any direction. You decided that. So you didn't make any effort to make sure of the right direction of the Qibla. So and you prayed. I'll tell you, good luck, and your prayer is invalid. You have to redo your prayer. You have to pray again. What else of the conditions?
Intention.
No, conditions from the pillars. But still, one of the things that if you miss, the intention, they said it might be a condition or a pillar. Okay? طيب, you miss the intention, that's a good point too. When we talk about intention, again, we are not asking somebody come, Allahu Akbar, nawaitu an usalli salat al-isha على المذهب الحنفي في مسجد MCE في Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, on مش عارف. You don't have to do anything. Once you go make your wudu, for what? For Isha prayer. I made wudu to pray Isha. خلاص, that's your intention. However, if you're like, just by accident, you join the Jama'ah and you don't know what they're aslan praying, what they're praying, Maghrib or Isha, or you don't know, this is not a valid prayer. Okay? One of the conditions, يعني the tahara. You decide, again, إخواننا. Prophet ﷺ said, يعني you do the effort. Come from home, you drive your car, you put time, money, and effort to come to fulfill your obligation, your salah. Sometimes you walk, like Mustafa, you walk long distance. Somebody doing all of this effort, but when he goes to the washroom, he doesn't clean himself well. So he's not clean. His clothes is not clean. Or himself, he didn't clean himself well after using the washroom. Your salah is invalid. ولذلك النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول, there are two people in this grave. He passed by two graves. You know the hadith. Two people in this grave. One of them, they both are being punished. وَمَا يُعَذَّبَانِ فِي كَبِيرٍ. The reason for this punishment is a very simple thing. For you, not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For you and I. We were discussing this, me and a brother, like why, maybe you can help me, because I don't get it until now. Why in North America, or in the West generally, they don't have like proper tools to wash themselves well after using the bathroom? Why do you think? Why? يعني they don't have the ability?
They used to say that the water is cold.
The water is cold. That's a good...
article about it.
Yeah, the water is cold, mashallah. It's all about religion, believe me. It's all about cleanliness. نظافة من الإيمان. So this is a great pillar and principle of this religion. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that one of those people are being punished because he used to do his, use the washroom or urinate, and he doesn't clean himself properly. كان لا يستبرئ من بوله. He didn't used to clean himself well after urinate, after using the washroom. And you know that some people are standing, خلاص, and he goes out. Yeah, we said it's valid. It's okay to urinate standing. However, it's your job and your responsibility to make sure that you're clean. Don't come and say something comes back on my clothes, it's your problem. The Prophet ﷺ did urinate while he was standing. It happened. It's okay. It's permissible. But cleaning and washing and make sure that your body and your clothes are clean after, it's your job. I'm saying, I will say for you 100%, if the washroom and the toilets that we're using nowadays, it's impossible to urinate standing and you're clean 100%. Because it's going to come back on your clothes. So sit down, take your time, and clean yourself well, otherwise your salah is invalid. You didn't do anything. You waste your time. Okay? And many other of these conditions. We sit facing the Qibla, the cleanliness, the cleanliness of the place that you pray in. What else? I forgot the conditions. Yeah, that's one of the pillars. If you did intentionally or unintentionally, you missed al-Fatiha or ruku' or sujood or one of the pillars, your salah is invalid. And you said, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to do it. No, stop. It's invalid. One of the points that raised told, I need to cover my private part before the salah. So you're home. This is very common, by the way. You're home and you are in the short and in the underwear, whatever it is, and you decided to pray 2 rak'at to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody sees me, I'm a sheikh, I'm just in my room. I'm praying in my room. I can do that. La ya habib, you can't. You can't. Your salah is not valid. You have to make sure that the conditions before the salah plus the pillars in the salah are fulfilled in your salah. Otherwise your salah is invalid. number one. Number two, الكلام في الصلاة. To talk while you pray. طب ما احنا we talk. Like this girl, Muhammad Darwish Dar, came last week. I was reading and she was looking at me. She was staring actually at me. What he's saying to herself. So I didn't react. I didn't give her any reaction. So after when I make ruku', she tried to make sure that I'm a live person, like I'm a human being. So she touched my hair to make sure that I'm like her. Yani. I can react to her. So talking or speaking anything outside the words of the salah invalidate your salah or break your salah. إلا إذا كان لضرورة إصلاح الصلاة. Look, so يعني your son is walking in front of you or is playing around or you can see while you pray because mashallah you're concentrating in your salah 100%, so you see that your son is playing with your phone. Okay, mashallah, you're 100% concentrating and he isn't playing in your phone, so you say التليفون, my phone. You're just warning your wife to go take care of the phone, right? This is what we're talking about. Any word outside the main words of the salah, the qira'ah, the dhikr, it will invalidate your salah. Except in one case. The sheikh is the imam forgets, okay, something. He, in the fourth rak'ah, take this example because usually the fuqaha, they use this example. The fourth rak'ah, the imam, instead of sitting for the tashahhud to finish the salah, he stood up for the fifth rak'ah. And you said subhanallah. The whole masjid said subhanallah. And the imam is hungry. So he's thinking about, he's not aslan with you. He's not with you at all. He's thinking about something else and he's not getting subhanallah. Why those people saying subhanallah? I don't care. Let's get the rak'ah that I have. So the imam is actually in the fifth rak'ah and you're 100% sure and you said subhanallah but he didn't pick it, he didn't get it. They said that you can give him the minimum of Arabic words that tell him of the mistake that he made. لَقَدْ أَتَيْتَ بِالْخَامِسَةِ لَقَدْ قُمْتَ إِلَى الْخَامِسَةِ. Or, which means that you are starting the fifth rak'ah. Or if he sit in the third rak'ah and he should get the fourth rak'ah, you tell him, إِيتِ بِالرَّابِعَةِ. Go up and get. Look how beautiful is the Arabic language. You give two words in Arabic, to translate them, you need one book. Not because the English is bad, because our English is not that good to give the exact meaning in less words, to be honest. Yeah. فَإِيتِ بِالرَّابِعَةِ, get the fourth rak'ah, but the minimum of the words should be used to give him that direction or to remind him. فضل يا أمين.
Is it only valid if it's said in Arabic?
No, I mean, in Arabic is better, but what about if the imam is not Arab and he doesn't speak Arabic? So you say it in Urdu, you say it in Bangladeshi, you say it in any language, in English. But the minimum words that gets him to know that he made a mistake. Okay? Fine.
Sheikh,
Now,
regarding the Dhahab,
yeah.
there are two pathways to make sure that you're clean, either through istinja or through istijmar.
Yes.
Now, the bathrooms in North America, when they use the napkins, it's considered istijmar.
Yes.
So, whether you're evacuating yourself bowel movement
Yeah,
or urinating, using the napkins is considered part of istijmar, and you're clean to use it. Isn't that?
But the water, man, the water is available.
It's better, but let's say...
No, the water is available. Okay? And I personally don't feel comfortable using the napkin or the paper, the toilet paper by itself only, because it doesn't stand for istijmar 100%. Because istijmar, the dirt that comes from the rock, it gives you cleanliness too. Like that when you do tayammum, subhanallah, وَجَعَلَتْ لِلْأَرْضُ مَسْجِدًا وَطَهُورًا. This is different material, but we use it as a second after the water to make sure that everything is dry. But when you have the water, I don't think that we should use anything else. And it's not going to be fine to pray with it. Allahu A'lam. It's my opinion. You might find something else. Fadl.
How about if you put water in the bathroom?
Yeah, there is still water. Now you're using the water, but you use it in a different way. Okay? It's your job to make sure that the place is very dry and clean. Your job. Not my job for sure. Okay? So we said the first thing is to talk, to say anything. طيب. ومن الكلام, let me finish this idea and then we'll do it. ومن الكلام في الصلاة تشميت العاطس ورد السلام وإجابة المؤذن. So sometimes you don't pay attention. Okay. Any of these things that happens intentionally, some scholars they said it has to be intentionally, some of them they said even unintentionally or out of ignorance, your salah will be invalid if you talk in the salah. And there are two schools, but I would say, I will go with the one say that, you know what, you have to learn. So if you don't know, you know, and you redo your salah, and next time you're not going to do it. Say, time or some of these things that gets you out of the salah and invalidate your salah. If somebody entered the masjid and says, Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nobody, wallah, it's bad. Nobody replied the salam. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa alameen wa rahman wa rahim. So, a brother next to you, I'd sin. Alhamdulillah. Okay? It happens, by the way. Don't laugh. Some people, they do it. So the mu'adhin is making adhan. Hayya ala al-falah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. While you're praying. So if you do this, your salah is invalid. However, it came in an authentic hadith that the Prophet ﷺ رد السلام بالإشارة. So the Prophet ﷺ answered and replied the salam waving, not saying wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hatta even some scholars said that it's actually sunnah. Somebody says salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi, while you're praying, to use your hand to reply the salam to him. طيب, Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Mas'ud يقول in this area, he said, قال سيدنا عبد الله بن مسعود كنا نسلم على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو في الصلاة فيرد علينا حتى رجعنا أو جئنا من الحبشة فسلمنا عليه فلم يرد علينا فقلنا لماذا يا رسول الله قال إن في الصلاة لشغلة. So the evidence on that before the Muslims they go to Abyssinia, Habasha for the first hijrah, they used to, it was allowable actually, it was permissible. If somebody says Salaam alaikum to you in your salah, that you reply saying wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sayyidina Abdullah Mas'ud said that we used to do that until we went to Al-Habasha. When we came back, and the Prophet ﷺ used to say wa alaikum salam to us. When we came back, we said salam to him, he didn't reply. Then we asked him after the salah, he said, Inna fi salati la shughla, so we're busy in the salah with more important things than replying the salam. In a different riwayah, Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, when he came back from Abyssinia, he said, Assalamu alaikum to Rasulullah, to the Prophet ﷺ, then he didn't reply. Then Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said that I started thinking about what did I do? What's wrong with me? Maybe I did something wrong. The Prophet ﷺ didn't reply the salam. Until the Prophet ﷺ finished the salah, then I asked him, فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله يحدث في أمره أو في أمر دينه ما يشاء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala innovates or change in his religion what he wants. وإنه أحدث أنه لا سلام أو لا كلام في صلاة. And one of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed, that we shouldn't talk while we pray. Some of the stuff that can take you out of the salah, and some scholars they talk about it, النحنحة. You know, it happens with me all the time. Except in case of necessity. Yani you're praying, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and you can't. You have to make nahnaha to get, your voice clear. If you need it, it's fine. If you do it out of fun, or like to attract the attention of somebody, you're taking yourself out of the salah. Some of the things that can get you out of the salah, validate your salah, النفخ بالفم, نفخ الهواء بالفم, والتأوه والتأفف والبكاء. يعني أنت بتصلي no reason. يعني you're not full. يعني you didn't eat too much. يعني sometimes if you eat too much, for sure you're gonna. يعني you have to. But if you're okay and you're just creating that, this is one of the things that invalidate your salah. Somebody entered the masjid and you don't like him, but you recognize his voice. I mean, you know that? Muhammad, صح صح. You heard his voice. In your mind you say, he came. And this man came, so I don't like. So like that, it gets you out of the salah. Crying big time without reason, and if you are reading the Quran and you cry, that's something else, but for no reason, invalidate your salah. Last but not least, about the words and things that sit in the salah and gets you out of the salah, al-dhahik, in a loud voice. So to laugh loudly. Hatta even Abu Hanifa said it didn't only invalidate your salah, it actually invalidates your wudu. You have to redo your wudu. I remember that ruling from Abu Hanifa. If you laugh loud in the salah, he's assuming that when you laugh loud, something will come out. That's why, from you, So if you laugh, smile, no, does not invalidate your salah. But qahqaha, you laugh in a loud voice until your neighbor hears you, your salah is invalid. Good luck, and go and redo your salah. Yeah, I know that most of us wouldn't do this, but there are people need to know that. Little kids, your friend, your brother, your son, they need to know that, and we need to raise them on that. Number 2 and 3, eating and drinking intentionally. Especially, okay. Before I forget about the salam, Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It happened with me at Al-Rashid one time. I was like, a brother was praying, but I didn't recognize that he was praying. So I said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So he left the salah and he gave me his hand and shook hands with me, personally. So, sometimes you feel, you feel shy not to reply the salah. I don't care if I'm praying, khalas, take a hike. I'm praying. And it's not my business. Anyway, eating and drinking in the salah. Intentionally invalidate your salah. However, they say that if it is unintentionally, out of forgetfulness, it just needs sujood as-sahw. It does not invalidate your salah. Okay? Talk. So number one, to miss one of the conditions or the pillars. Number 2, talk in the salah outside the words of the salah. Number 3, eating. Number 4, drinking in your salah. طبعا drinking outside the salah is permissible. Is it?
No, if you're fasting.
Drinking is permissible.
Water.
Drinking, I didn't say water, I said drinking. Is it permissible outside the salah?
As long as you're not fasting, it's permissible.
Okay. Anyway, number 5, or actually number 6. No, 5. Number 5, الحركة الكثيرة في الصلاة التي تشعر الغير أنك لست في صلاة. To move a lot in the salah until other people realize that you're not even praying. Like the example that I just gave. Why do you think that I said Salaam alaikum to the brother? Because he was moving a lot, it was like that. Some people like that. Some people as long as he's praying, he's like playing with something. Playing with his phone, playing with his clothes. He's doing. This takes him out of the salah. Some scholars, they said that he has 3 movements. 3 movements. After that, good luck. The last thing is, I already touched the al-hadath al-asghar wal-akbar, the minor impurity and the major impurity. If it happens during the salah, your salah is invalid. Last thing is for the ma'moom, very important. For the ma'moom, when you are being led by an imam, when you go before him, intentionally, you know what you don't like? The way the imam prays, he's slow, so you decide to go faster than him. Good luck. Your salah is invalid and you have to redo your salah. When you go before the imam, you invalidate your salah. Yani quickly, and I try to summarize them for you guys today. There are things that do not invalidate the salah. However, it is not desirable to do in the salah. Makruhat al-salah. That will be the topic for next week, inshallah ta'ala. And after that, the permissible or mubahat al-salah, permissible acts in the salah, things in the salah that can be done, and your salah will be valid. I'll take the question quickly. Sulaiman has an announcement.
This is a quick one. You know, when somebody recites a surah like Watini was Zaytun, at the end,
Yeah.
you see some people reciting something.
Very good point.
Secondly, when you recite the Quran, you mention Muhammadur Rasul.
Very good.
Some people also. Thirdly, let me finish.
Thirdly, I will forget.
Thirdly is what if there's a danger? You pray and you see somebody with a gun coming this way.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, but
Let him kill you. You die as a shaheed. Okay, number one. What was it? Yeah. Okay, there is some ayat in the Quran. Either it is a question that needs an answer, like the ayah of Surah Al-Mulk. فَمَنْ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِمَاءٍ مَعِينٍ. You need to answer this question even you are in the salah. Allahu Rabbul Alameen. وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِأَحْكَمِ الْحَاكِمِينَ. It's a question that needs an answer from you, and even you are in the salah, you say it, but not Allahu Rabbul Alameen. No, Allahu Rabbul Alameen. Okay? You heard the name of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam very, very quietly. If you yourself sneeze in the salah, it's allowable to say Alhamdulillah. There are differences of opinion, but I'm giving you, inshallah ta'ala, the majority of the scholars on this. You say Alhamdulillah, not Alhamdulillah. No, just respect the salah. That's number one. The question number two from Sulaiman, I answered two of them, right? Number three, in case of fear, like there is a snake coming, and it might kill you, or a lion or something, somebody crazy in the masjid. No, you can leave the salah. That's why there is a salah. It's called salah in case of fear. When you read about it, different ways of practicing or performing that salah, but it's all about protecting yourself. So you can leave the salah if there is any danger happening to you. I'll take one more
You
question.
still cancel your salah, you still have to redo it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to redo it.
I had a question on the things you can say. You can say Subhanallah to communicate with someone who's not in prayer, because there's a hadith that Ali would go, radiallahu anhu, would go to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to his house, and if the Prophet was in his salah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say Subhanallah to indicate to Ali that he's in his home but he's praying.
I first time to hear it.
And
Double check it.
And the second question, my memory is a bit blurry, but I think if a woman crosses in front of a man,
this is something I didn't want to talk about because it's a big difference of opinion about it. If a woman or a black dog, this is according to Imam Ahmad, he said it invalidates your salah. However, other scholars they said that it does not.
What was the third one? There's three ones.
A little girl or a woman, sorry,
A black dog.
a black and I think a dog. The dog, black dog, we said, and a woman. What's the third?
There's dog. I don't know if it's black dog.
No, black.
Black
الكلب
cat?
الأسود. الكلب الأسود. Yeah, الكلب الأسود والمرأة. Third one is, I forgot. Anybody remembers it? Well, we'll start with it inshallah next Saturday. Keep something until we see you guys inshallah. صلى الله عليه وسلم يعلمنا ما ينفعنا وينفعنا بما علمنا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.